Hey everybody, just chilling here, drinking a beer, just hanging out a little bit before I head up to bed, and wanted to make a short little video here about a couple of magazines I read pretty regularly. I don't subscribe to them, I don't know why, but I've been picking them up at the newsstand probably for about the past year. I usually get them at Walmart or whatever grocery store I'm at, and one is the Backwoodsman. This is their current issue that you could probably find at your local grocery store or Walmart or about anywhere that sells magazines, I guess. Same thing for this second one here. This is called Backwoods. So let me adjust my camera, falling down a little bit there. This is Backwoods Survival Guide. Both are published bi-monthly. Um, Both contain excellent outdoors and survival information. Super great magazines. They're both they cover some similar topics, but still different magazines. So the go back to Backwoodsman. This one's been around for like 40 years. I think it may have said it. Maybe it was a different issue, but I think this has been around for like 40 years. You probably saw this at the grocery store. But Definitely lots of cool information, lots of cool stories in these magazines. I've enjoyed reading it a lot. Let me just want to try to highlight a couple of this guy. Bob Moody, excuse me, wrote an article, "Make Mine Fixed," on kind of why he chooses to carry a fixed blade every day, as the knife he carries. And he highlights a couple nice ones there, like the LT Wright Patriot and the Genesis. All these are kind of about these, manly men, outdoor skills, and things that are like kind of forgotten skills at times. Definitely, like the name says, backwoods, backwoods skills. And it has different stuff. Like here's a backwoodsman has some history stuff. This is a several page article about Wild Bill Hickok, and then another one here. I'll just highlight quick for all you knife folks out there. They did an article about Furnace Brook Ironworks, a custom knife maker. You can see a couple pictures there. He makes pretty nice looking stuff, all hand forged out of, I think it said 5160 steel. So it looks like some beautiful knives. If you've got the money, you buy it. So the Backwoodsman. There's a lot of different contributors and writers for that magazine. They vary month to month. If you want, you can probably submit an article to that magazine and maybe they'll publish it. The other one, Backwoods Survival Guide, is more written by kind of experts in the field, people who are experts and published authors of books and things outside of this magazine. One whose name I hear or see and hear pretty regularly, Kevin Estella, has written articles in this magazine. He probably has he has a couple different books out there, I believe, and currently is doing things with a company called Fieldcraft Survival. Tony Nestor, he's got a survival school in Arizona, I believe, somewhere in the Southwest. He writes many articles for this magazine, and a guy named Dwayne Unger out of Pennsylvania. He's I think a pretty regular contributor to this magazine. I'm not sure if he has an article in this particular issue, but also one of my favorites, Craig Caudill. I think he's had an article in every issue of this magazine that I've picked up. Just to show you a couple things here. This one caters to all things outdoors and homesteading stuff as well. I want to show you this. It's an article on primitive wayfinding using the stars to navigate, find your way in the wilderness. Then, in like the homesteading section, an article about making sausage at home. Love some nice sausage links. Love it. Another one, this one is by Craig Caudill that I mentioned about keeping that knife sharp. Dull knife ain't any good. So yeah, Backwoodsman and Backwoods Survival Guide magazines. Both great reads. I really enjoy them a lot. I may not read every article, but definitely a good amount of articles that I actually read. Some of those magazines you pick up, I may maybe read like 3 articles of it and then I'm done with it. But a lot of the stuff in here, I mean, I'll read the magazine cover to cover. Something else, Backwoods Survival Guide currently has no advertisements in it. I guess their revenue is all generated through sales, which it's pretty cool not to be bombarded with ads, and it's very different from any other magazine that I read. So definitely, I guess, completely funded by sales. So if you want, pick up that magazine, help support some authors to help them keep publishing some great material. That magazine usually runs $9.99 at the newsstand. It's on the higher end of magazines, but as I said, it's full of great information from experts in the field, and it's driven by sales. There's no ads in that magazine. Maybe some product placement, but no full-on advertisements. The Backwoodsman is a bit different. There is advertisements and stuff. A lot of them from side hustles of the publisher, I think. His name's the first name's Richie, I think. He sells different things. Like he has an ad for some fishing lures that he makes and sells, I guess. And there's a lot of different ads, but they're all about they're not irrelevant to the nature of the magazine. So you're not getting like an advertisement for cologne or some nonsense in there. There's always an ad. I mean, pretty much every issue I picked up an ad of a guy selling a bear claw with like a silver bolster that you can make a necklace out of or something like that. I always see that in that magazine. But anyway, just sharing a couple little bits of reading that I enjoy, and since I enjoy those readings so much, I think I'm gonna update my channel name and shorten it to one word at the end instead of 2. Scab from Choir Boys Cutlery had mentioned a while back that my name on YouTube is way too long, and yep, it is pretty long. Too many words, and I think the term backwoodsman kind of summarizes both the outdoors and survival, because if you're in the backwoods, well, obviously you're outdoors, and if you're a real backwoodsman, if you're out, maybe on your lonesome, like with some of the old mountain men and long hunters like Daniel Boone and Simon Kenton and those guys. They had to have survival skills. If you're in the backwoods, in the backcountry, it's just kind of a way of life out there. Reference the History Channel show Mountain Men. They're all backwoodsmen, and of course it's a TV show. A lot of it's staged and whatnot, but I bet those guys really do know their stuff. Especially some of the guys up in Alaska on that show. And my favorite on Mountain Men series is the old fella Tom, who lived in Yak Valley, Montana. Is what it says. Way up in North Montana on like the Canadian border, middle of nowhere from what it looks like. But you know, he knows his stuff. You can tell these guys, they're not just actors, but they put on a show for the show. That's why it's a show. But they know their skills. And I like the old ways. I'm just interested. Love history. So I'm going to be Isaac the Noob Backwoodsman from here on out. So hopefully you can still find me. I know the Shredder. If you don't watch the Shredder, watch the Shredder knife reviews. The dad, I believe it's the dad, commented on some things. He watched my Bowie knife video 2 times because he liked the stories that I told about Jim Bowie. So I'm going to do some more history stuff on the channel too. I'm a huge history buff. Have been since I was a little boy. Going to do some short lessons, hopefully. I know that Bowie knife video was pretty lengthy, although I don't think I've actually done too many super short videos. But we'll throw some more history stuff in here, and the one I have in mind I want to do next goes way back, 400 and some years, to the beginnings of my home state of Virginia. So tune in for that. Probably be my next video I post. But from now on out, Isaac the Noob Backwoodsman. Take it easy. Bye now.